Hey guys, Scary Stories here. I hope you're doing well. Tonight, I have two stories for you. These ones are about hearing strange noises around your house. Are people being stalked in their homes by someone living in there? Or are they ghosts? Or just overactive imaginations? I'll let you listen to the stories and you can tell me what you think in the comments below. I hope you enjoy. This is a very true story. It happened to me about a year and a half ago when I first moved into my house in northern San Diego County. The house was 5 years old when we bought it, and I spoke to the previous owner after these events, asking if anything strange had happened in the house while she lived in there, or if anything catastrophic happened in the house at all. Her answer was no. We moved in there on Sunday, and I started my new job the next day. The first 2 days at the house were hectic, and starting a new job immediately after didn't make things any easier. On Wednesday morning, with my wet hair wrapped around in a towel and in nothing but my birthday suit, I walked from the bedroom and headed towards the kitchen for my coffee. The front doors of the house are on the way from the bedroom to the kitchen, and just as I walked in front of the front doors, I heard a man moaning loudly. The hair on my arm stood straight up, and I froze immediately. Having just moved from the LA area, my first thought was that someone was either drunk or had been shot or stabbed and was taking shelter in my front porch. I started to lean towards the people to see if I could see anything, and that's when I heard the moan again. It was even louder this time and more sorrowful. I backed off and started yelling for my husband to come here. Someone was definitely hurt or drunk or something. He ran towards the door, flung it open, and, of course, nothing was there. He chalked it up to just some kids playing a prank or me being tired or something. In retrospect, the moaning was so loud it couldn't have come through the thick redwood doors. It seemed like it was coming from all around me. I just assumed it was coming from outside. Several weeks later, I was home alone. My husband works 24-hour shifts, and I've adjusted to being alone for long periods of time. This particular night, I was sleeping soundly with my two cats snugged closely by. In the corner of my room, I keep a bullet-type trash can. I keep it as a laundry bin, actually. The lid is round and has a rotating push-in top. If you push it hard, it spins in a full circle. Anyways, I woke up at 2:30 in the morning to the lid spinning very fast, and I counted 7 full rotations. That kind of noise. One cat escaped my snuggled grasp and ran under the bed, while my other fearless boy kitty, Weeby, stood at the foot of my bed, hissing at the unseen visitor. I sprinted from my bed, skirted carefully around the laundry bin, and called my mother-in-law in Los Angeles from the kitchen phone. She told me in a half-sleepy state to tell the ghost to go away and quit bothering me, and that it probably would. The thought didn't even occur to me that it was a ghost. I just didn't know what was going on. So I went back to my room, shaking and terribly afraid, and in my strongest whisper, which is all I could muster at the time, told whatever was in the room to leave me alone because it was frightening me. Well, it did leave, and I've been sleeping peacefully ever since. This next one's similar to the last. It's called Homely Hauntings. Ooh, very scary. I live in a small town near Dallas and have experienced strange encounters from time to time. I used to be afraid of the dark and left the closet light on all the time. One night, I couldn't go to sleep for the life of me. I don't know why. Thoughts of ghosts or robbers seemed to be going through my head. I'm sure that is very common for younger children, after all. But that's when my closet light went out. I somehow could tell that the light had not just burnt out. As most children would, I screamed for my parents. When they inspected the bulb, they found that it had been unscrewed. This could be attributed to the house settling or, the earth moving. I don't know how that stuff works, but either way, my parents assured me it was nothing and tightened the bulb back in. The next day, I forgot all about the incident, but then something strange happened with my favorite toy. I had a wind-up Snoopy that would walk in circles. I played with that toy for some time before putting it away in a little cubicle halfway across the room. I fell asleep, but woke up with a strange scratching sensation on my foot. I had screamed for my parents, and it turns out that the toy had somehow gotten to the foot of my bed, wound itself up, and was brushing my feet. My parents swear to this day they had nothing to do with this or any other incident. Another incident happened a few weeks later when I was home alone for a little while. I was walking down the hallway when I started to hear moaning. I ignored it and was in my parents' bathroom when I heard the moaning again. This time, it was much louder, and it seemed to be coming from my parents' room. It was a calm day, so it definitely wasn't the wind or anything like that. The only way I can attribute it to anything is that it was paranormal or a ghost. The highway used to run very close to my house, and I think that this could be the source of a poltergeist or a ghost. I've yet to experience any other paranormal incidents, but I'm sure that I will soon. Every time these experiences seem to die down, something weird happens. I've even started up a paranormal page over at GeoCities to document my experiences. If anybody has any explanations on these, please email me. Well, what'd you think? That last story was from 1995, so I'd email him, but he probably doesn't want to hear from me about this experience like 30 years later, so. But, Dustin, it sounds like you might have walked in on your parents banging. And then, the rest might just be an overactive imagination or something. Or it could be ghosts. I'm not trying to discredit it or anything, but, moaning coming from your parents' room, it kind of sounds like banging. Hopefully you can say that on YouTube. But anyways, what did you think of the stories? Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and heard weird noises? Thought somebody was in your room or, a ghost or something? It's interesting. I feel a lot of people have similar experiences from their youth, especially when it comes to closet doors and such. I remember one time I was playing in my room. I might have been home alone, I can't remember, but all of a sudden I started to hear the closet door handle jiggling, And it was a tiny closet, so I knew nobody was in there. But from, thinking back, I remember seeing it moving and stuff, like going back and forth, like somebody was just jiggling it. And I told a few people about that, years later when I was older. And they told me how they had similar experiences when they were young, like seeing closet door handles jiggle and stuff. So maybe it's a weird airflow or something like that. I don't know. The house is settling and it causes, every once in a while handles to jiggle and stuff. Either way, that's all I have tonight. I hope you're having a good night, and I hope you're treating yourself well. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.